Hey, what's up, everyone? Southside Braves here. Thanks for checking out Gridiron Update Week 6 for the NFL. Sorry I did not have one out last week. I was out of town and did not have a chance to record one. And I'm not feeling great today, so I'm not going to have the webcam on for this one. So apologize if that affects anyone. But we are going to get back into these videos. Power rankings, it's going to be from the last 2 weeks, so you might see a little bit more change. That being said, let's just jump right into it. Here's my bottom quadrant. I don't know how much I'm going to talk about these with, again, having 2 weeks of games going off of it here. Just Panthers being 32, I think, pretty fair. I think most people would have them there. The Giants, if you watch any of their games lately, they can't block anyone. Daniel Jones is running for his life repeatedly. So I have them at 31. 27 through 30, I think you can kind of put in any order you want. I think most people would probably have the Broncos at 30. I have them a little bit higher because from what I've seen, I think they can do more than the Patriots for sure. I think the Cardinals are coming back down to earth now. I think Josh Dobbs, cool story. I love the guy. Not the best of quarterbacks. And Washington, I would have had higher, but they just got destroyed by the Bears. So that's a rough loss. So they got destroyed by the Bears. Broncos beat the Bears. So I'm going to have the Broncos ahead of them. But again, 27 to 30, I think you can kind of arrange in any order you want. I have the Falcons at 26 and Raiders at 25. Again, it's going to be a little bit quicker of a video this week. I'm not going to, because normally I would talk about the game they just had, but everyone's had two. So we're just going to kind of get through these rapid fire a little bit. Next up, 17 through 24. I might be a little harsh on my Steelers here. I have them at 24, even though we did just beat the Ravens. But you see us drop 7 because the week before we got destroyed by the Texans. And our offense is awful. We have 5 offensive touchdowns, but we're 3-2. So I need to see our offense do something before I move us up at all. But I have us at 24. I have the Bears here at 23. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to be up here. They had a great game. So this will be the highest I think they are all season. So I wanted to give them a little time in the sun. The one time I will rank the Bears above the Steelers, I think, all year. So that's for my mom there, I guess. So we'll move the Bears back once they lose this week. But for the time being, let's let them sit a little higher than they probably deserve. Rams at 22, Titans at 21. Packers started off hot, and I thought they might be an actual team, but they've kind of come back to earth, and Jordan Love specifically has not been very good the last couple weeks. So I got them falling down to 20. Colts have been better than I expected. They're up to 19. Saints down at 18 and Bengals at 17. Two teams that looked good this week, but not the previous week. So they round out our bottom half of the league. Moving on to numbers 9 through 16. Texans I've been very impressed with. They climb up to number 16. They destroyed the Steelers last week. Buccaneers at 15. Vikings, even though they have one win, I have them at 14. I think they're a talented team still. Now, they did lose Justin Jefferson, so I think they'll start dropping here without him. But for the time being, I still have them at 14. Cowboys getting absolutely rolled by the Niners. They fall to number 13. Browns fall 4 spots to number 12. Jaguars jump 8 spots to 11. I have the Jets back in the top 10. I'm back in on the Zach Wilson train. He's played well the last 2 weeks. Took responsibility for the Chiefs' loss, and I loved his post game. Because I really thought the biggest problem with him last year was all of his teammates hated him because he was kind of a jerk. So seeing that post game after the Chiefs game gives me hope. I got to stick with the Jets. I had them going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to stick with that even without Rodgers. So whether or not I believe it's irrelevant, we're going to have the Jets at 10. Seahawks have looked good. They're at 9. Moving on to our top 8. Dolphins fall 5 spots after that blowout loss to the Bills. Ravens and Chargers stay put at 6 and 7. Bills they put at 5 because they had a nice win against the Dolphins, but then they lost against the Jaguars. I was going to move the Chiefs up to 3 and have the Lions at 4, but the Lions beat the Chiefs. So we're going to put the Lions at 3, Chiefs at 4. And as much as I have to say the Niners are the best team in the league, I refuse to move the Eagles out of that spot until they lose. I'm not moving an undefeated team out of the number 1 spot that's had it all year. So really 1 and 1A. Eagles, Niners, Lions at 3, though. Chiefs at 4. Those are your top 4. Again, kind of rapid fire through these this week. I'm going to do a little bit of the same of the matchups because I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to watch any full games, so I don't really have much to break down. So let's just jump straight into my picks for this upcoming week. So first off, buys, we have Steelers and Packers both on bye. So we won't worry about them. Broncos Chiefs is our Thursday night game. And I don't know how quickly I can click this, but Chiefs have won 15 straight against the Broncos, I believe. Mahomes is 11-0 against the Broncos. The Broncos are terrible this year. It's in Kansas City on Thursday night. There's no way I would pick the Broncos to win this. Chiefs all the way. And I don't really need to add much else. Next up, we got, as I can get to it, Ravens at Titans. I feel like these two teams have had some interesting games the last couple of years. In Tennessee, Ravens coming off the bad loss to the Steelers where they couldn't catch anything. What's the phrase? They couldn't catch a cold last week? They were terrible. So, this one's tough. I am going to say that the Ravens continue to struggle catching the football, and Lamar's going to be a little annoyed about last week, and I think we're going to see a little bit of mini turmoil in Baltimore. They'll turn it around, but I do think they're going to go on a little 2-game losing streak here, and I think the Ravens are going to lose in Tennessee. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think the Ravens have potential to blow out Tennessee, but I'm going to say Tennessee wins this one. That's my pick for this game. Next up, we got Commanders at Falcons. Okay. Commanders coming off about as bad of a loss as you can come off of. And I personally think they're the better football team than the Falcons. They haven't showed it throughout the year. But I am going to say that the Commanders win this one on the road. They're going to redeem themselves for that Chicago loss. I like the Falcons. They kind of run a college offense. They rely on the run more than any team in the league. I'm going with the Commanders. That D-line will shut down the run, and then I'm not sure what the Falcons can do after that. So, Commanders win on the road against the Falcons. Next up, we got Vikings at Bears. Hey, Bears coming off their best win of the year. Vikings coming off another close loss to the Chiefs, which last year they won all these close games. This year it's not going that way. A big thing here is no Justin Jefferson. That's huge for the Vikings. I'm actually going to say that the Bears win 2 in a row here. The Bears have kind of had the Vikings number for years, and the Vikings missing their best player. I think Chicago has a chance to attempt to turn around their season here. I think they will win this game, but I do not think their season will turn around. But I'm going to pick them to win 2 in a row. So good on the Bears. They beat the Vikings in Chicago. Next up, we got Seahawks at Bengals. Okay. Bengals offense finally got going last week. Seahawks coming off a bye. Where are we at here? We're at Cincinnati. Ooh. I like picking teams coming off byes. You get an extra week to prepare. Seahawks are a good football team. Yeah, I'm going to pick the Seahawks here. Might be a little bit of hope that I hope the Bengals haven't turned it around because I want them to still be bad. But this is going to be a tough one for them. Yeah, I'm going to say Seattle, coming off the bye, picks up the win in Cincinnati. As long as they don't let Jamar Chase go for 800 yards, they should be all right. Next up, we have Niners at Browns. Part of me wants to pick the Browns, but I'm not sure if Deshaun Watson's playing. It might still be... I actually saw if it's not Watson, that it's probably going to be PJ Walker, not the rookie. But either way, I kind of want to pick the Browns, but I can't actually get myself to do that. I'm going with the Niners. They've looked like the best team in football. Browns might not have their quarterback. If they have Watson, I would consider the Browns. But I don't think they will. So I'm going to go with the Niners here, win on the road. Next up, we got Panthers at Dolphins. Okay. What did the Panthers do last week? I don't remember their game. Dolphins beat the Giants. Panthers got beat pretty good by the Lions. Again, there's nothing too crazy about this one. This one's picking the better team at home. The Dolphins have looked really, really good whenever they play not elite teams. When they play a team like the Bills and that, they've been exposed on the defensive side of the ball, especially. And no Devon A-Chain for the Dolphins this week, which I'm okay with. I have Raheem Mostert in fantasy, so that should help me there. But either way, I'm picking the Dolphins at home here. They're just the better team. Panthers are arguably the worst team in the league, so Dolphins win this one. Next up, we got Colts at Jaguars. Jaguars finally coming back from London after being there for 2 weeks. Colts coming off the win against the Titans. I'm going to say that the London stays with the Jaguars for a little bit longer. They are going to win this one. Again, they're the better team. They're at home. Again, traveling back from London after being there for 2 weeks concerns me a little bit. And I don't think the Jaguars have been overly sharp. Even the win against Buffalo, they played well, but not perfect. And I know no one ever plays perfect, but I think the Jaguars still could be playing better football than they are. So hopefully they do in this one and they beat the Colts, who I don't believe will have Anthony Richardson. All right. Next up, we got Saints at Texans. This, I think, could be a sneaky good game, actually. Not one that a lot of people would have circled on their calendar, but I think this could be a fun one. Ooh, two teams I actually like. I'm going to go with the Titans and CJ Stroud keeping it rolling and beating my Super Bowl pick Saints. Although Saints are coming off a dominant victory against the Patriots. Yeah, I'm going to say the Texans win this one. The Texans are a much better football team than I thought they'd be this year. Much, much better. And yeah, I'm going to say they win this one. I like what I've seen out of them. All right, next up, we have those Patriots I just mentioned going to the Raiders. So, Raiders have a little bit of a short week playing on Monday night. Bill Belichick and the Patriots have been embarrassed back-to-back weeks. The question being, is Bill Belichick even that great of a coach without Brady? I don't think for his legacy, he can allow 3 straight losses the way he has. I think him and Mac Jones need a win more than the Raiders do. I think they're going to find a way to win this football game. Like I said, they've been horrendous the last couple weeks. I don't think they can allow that to continue. So I think the Patriots will their team to a win this week, and they'll get it done against the Raiders. Next up, we got Cardinals at Rams. Little NFC West showdown. What did the Rams do last week? Cardinals lost to the Bills. Oh, Rams lost to the Eagles. Kept it fairly close. Rams traded away Van Jefferson this week. They have Cooper Kupp and Poco Nakua, or however you say his name. I'm going to say that wide receiver duo gets the win. I think Arizona's coming back to earth here a little bit. They had a little bit of a hot start there, beating the Cowboys and looking good in some games, but I don't actually believe they're a good team. I don't think the Rams are great either, but I think they're the better of the teams here. I think the Cardinals will continue to decline, and the Rams will win this one, I think, fairly easily. Next up, we got Eagles at Jets. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger here. I'm going to pull the trigger. This is my upset of the week. We're going to say the Jets give the Eagles their first loss of the season in New York. Zach Wilson gets it done. Cements the Jets as still a playoff contender without Rodgers. And next week, I can finally move the Niners into my one spot and move the Eagles down. So this is my upset of the week. Jets win at home against the Eagles. Mark it down. Next up, we got Lions at Buccaneers. Lions at Bucks. And as quickly as I put the Lions in the top 3 in the league, I'm going to have them falling out of it. I'm going to say the Buccaneers, who are coming off a bye, pick up the win here. Like I said, I like teams off a bye. I think the Lions, as much as everyone loves them, and I think they're a good team, are still capable of losing some games they shouldn't. The Buccaneers are a team that won't go away. So yeah, I'm going to pick the Buccaneers to win this one at home against the Lions. Next up, we have Sunday Night Football, I believe. Giants at Bills. And once again, how quickly can I click this button? Just like the Thursday night game, this game is going to be one-sided, and it's going to be one-sided badly. The Giants can't block anyone. I might be able to get a sack against the Giants right now. The Bills have too much firepower. They might win this game by... What did the Dolphins win by 50? What was it, 70-20 or whatever? 71-20? The Bills, obviously, I don't believe will actually win by that much, but it's going to be a blowout. This is going to be a bloodbath. Nothing the Giants can do here. Next up, we'll move to Monday Night Football in the final game of the week. Cowboys at Chargers. This one's interesting. This one's very interesting. This is what I'm going to go with. Oh, whoa. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is what I'm going to go with. Once again, Chargers coming off a bye. Dallas got embarrassed last week. They're going to want to play a lot better. And it's not like the Chargers have much of a home field advantage. Their fans don't really show out there. But I like the Chargers a lot. I think, talent-wise, I think these teams are very even. But Chargers at home and coming off a bye. Dallas in a little bit of disarray. A lot of times I like picking a good team after they just got embarrassed because they come back stronger. But I don't know. I'm not doing that here. I'm picking the Chargers. Chargers win the Monday Night Football game. And those are my picks for the week. Again, sorry this is a little bit quicker of a video. I wasn't as detailed. Again, I missed a week, so I kind of wanted to get back on schedule this week. I might try to add something new next week for this show. So if you're interested in that, make sure you come back. But let me know what you thought of my power rankings. Teams I got wrong, teams I got right. Who needs to be higher, who needs to be lower. Let me know what you thought of my picks, what I got wrong, what you strongly disagree with, picks you like. But yeah, all that. I just love hearing from you. So please leave comments down below. If you did enjoy this, please do like and subscribe to both the channel and the video. Would really appreciate that. Webcam will be back next week too once I'm feeling better. But yeah, all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. And I hope you all have a good day and a good night. And I'll catch you in a future video. Bye, guys.